다음 경기는 홍콩과 싱가포르의 경기로 오후 3시 2분에 시작됩니다. Make upload the players. 네, 선수들이 입장하고 있습니다. 선수들에게 성찬 박수와 함성 부탁드립니다.
Now we have a Pool A match. It's the Hong Kong woman versus Singapore woman. The city-states, mate against mate, state against state. Hong Kong with a big hit out first up. Emily Sieur, number 1 with 3 tries. 2 to Vardy and 2 to Chosfold. A big first up win. 51 points to 0. While Singapore, well, they went down 34-0 against Japan. And Inoki Afiaki, if you're watching this back in Singapore, Director of Rugby Afiaki, I know you're watching this because there's something at stake here as they kick off, and Christy Cheng takes it down nicely, the skipper. As Hong Kong look to build towards their date with Japan later today, and better their performance in Hong Kong, where they could only win the plate final. Chong Ka-yan bursting down the far side. These two teams met in Hong Kong 3 weeks ago. It was quite a close match. Just 7 points in it. Hong Kong winning that one by just a single try, and that gave Singapore a lot of confidence, and they have been impressive. Made big leaps forward with their sevens rugby for the women. Number 1 Chan Jiayu, she's been impressive as well, and bursting on there, coming at pace is Tawa Sosi. Got 2 big powerful athletes in their side. Here goes Lai Poisson taking on the last defender. She easily gets past Cindy Yuen, sets up a ruck, and Hong Kong, desperate defence, have earned a penalty. Colleen Chosfold taps and goes, 2 tries earlier, gives it to Natasha Olsen-Thorne. She's powerful, she loves to go up the middle, but she's got pace as well. Olsen-Thorne is going to go 60 after an early tap from Chosfold. And just when you thought Singapore were hot on attack, Hong Kong were patient.
Has scored a try and scored 5 points.
홍콩의 등번호 6번 나타샤 샹의 손토른 선수가 트라이를 5점을 득점했습니다.
Her first try of the weekend. Look at
Number 12, Yuen Loki of Hong Kong has succeeded on conversion kick and scored 2 points.
Look at the fend there from Olsen-Thorne. Wonderful fend, straight in the chest. She's very hard to get down one-on-ones. Very powerful, low centre of gravity. But hopefully Singapore can keep up that enterprising stuff. And here goes Tawasosi again. What a huge run from the 16, 20 metres, dragging 2 or 3 Hong Kong players. Garvey now with the wrestling flip down to the ground, but not rolling away. Referee Kamamuta very quick on that one. Here goes Tawasosi again. That was a massive run. This is Christabel Lim. Eunice Chu. Out now to Lai. She's going to take on Chong Ka-yan. This is good stuff from Singapore. Looks like the backs there are offside, the Hong Kong backs. Nam Kar-man looked like she was out of the line, but a cheeky chip through into the dead ball area, and it probably wasn't the best option. Hong Kong got away with that. So it'll be a 22-metre dropout. Chotsfold decides to go quick because Singapore still had 2 players retiring inside the Hong Kong 22. They'll have to get behind the ball now. This is Alvinia Ao Yong, scored 6 tries in Hong Kong, knows the way to the try line. T. Tawasosi perhaps a little bit tired from that earlier block-busting run there. Here she goes again. Takes on Chotsfold, takes on Olsen Thorne. Together they pull her down. Christabel Lim, acrobatic on the floor. Penalty though, just inside their own half. As I'm joined by one Justin Sampson in the commentary box. So they've nudged it downfield just a couple of metres, and they'll have a line out 2 metres inside the Hong Kong half. It'll be Avinia Ao Yong with the feed. And I'd like to welcome in Justin Sampson. Hello, Justin.
Grant, good afternoon. What a delightful day it's been so far.
Cracking day.
A couple of upsets.
This crowd has been treated to some quality rugby early on, specifically by their hometown boys.
That was impressive.
Hong Kong nearly running out of ideas there. You don't often see them kick in a situation like that, but the bounce was fortunate. Chong Ka-Yan can't handle it. That's enough advantage, says referee Suguru Kamamuta. So back on the halfway, the arm is up for a penalty. Hong Kong making hard work of this. In Singapore, this is the same score they went down by in Hong Kong 3 weeks ago. So big improvements from Singapore women's sevens.
Yes, they've been up in Japan. They've had a bit of a training camp up there. They continue to improve, the Singapore ladies.
Here's Nam. Soaring in the air goes Cindy Ewan. And here goes Natasha Olsen Thorne. Spots a huge gap, goes straight through it, throws the first one to the ground. Chotsfold's on her shoulder. They're up to the 22 now. Not rolling away, and Hong Kong on a roll. Olsen Thorne with the quick tap and go. She's been supported. The ball just left there. Sloppy stuff from Hong Kong. Singapore now with a chance to get out of town. I think they might have to kick it at some point. Yes, the cheeky little toe poke comes in, and Garvey's back there. Tiring passage of play, and eventually it's knocked on to bring up the half time. So it's a tight one here. The City States, Hong Kong 7, Singapore 0.
Well, Hong Kong almost too direct. You saw in that last couple of passages of play, particularly by Olsen Thorne, that she had 2 players outside her, and that could have easily been a try with a draw and pass, and yet she just decided to take the direct route. And that just comes with experience and playing together, doesn't it, dude? You've got to be aware of where the space is and shift the ball into space as quickly as possible.
You can.
The second half of the match will resume after a break of 2 minutes.
If you're watching from Singapore or Hong Kong or anywhere in the world, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, tomorrow, for the last 10 matches, we'll be switching over to rugbypass.com. Crystal clear HD. Watch it on all of your devices at once. You could be watching it on your phone, your iPad, your TV, all at the same time. Get yourself a free subscription if you don't have one for the first month. We'll be on this feed right up until then, and the last 10 matches from the Men's Cup semi-finals coming to you, rugbypass.com. And you can also tweet us at Asia Rugby. Have your say good day. I'm expecting a tweet from Inoki Afiaki, who sadly could not be with us today.
No, he couldn't. He would have loved to have been here, of course, to cheer the Singapore ladies on. But no doubt he is watching, along with many others. And that's the potential of this audience we have here, Grant, in Asia. We're just saying inside with the Korean Rugby Union officials, they believe you've got an audience reach potential here in Korea of 100,000. And people have this perception that it's small and niche. Well, it is in a playing scenario, but watching rugby and international rugby, it is far bigger.
It's obviously a big university match on across town today.
30,000 people, I was told, at 11 a.m. this morning for the traditional Cambridge-Oxford university clash. The two universities have been around about 100 years here in Seoul, and most of them, of course, there for the university rivalry rather than the rugby, but there was a core that's certainly watching.
Here come Hong Kong now through Chosfold, and Chan's got her, goes high. Hong Kong swing it back the other way, trying to use the space, but they're forced, trying to get the ball into space. They're working hard. They're missing players like Aggie Poon this week. On the burst now comes Cindy Ewan to Chosfold, stops and goes. Chan comes back at her, sorry. And Christy Cheng, the skipper, puts in the big fin, get down, sit down. And what a time for the skipper to pop up there and inch it round towards the post for try number 2 to Hong Kong.
Well, you've got to thank Chong there in the earlier play. Competing with the local audio here, but Chong was you could see there were 4 or 5 Hong Kong team members in front of the ball on the far side when this passage of play, and you can see here just off the fend, and always good support play by Cheng, but it started way back in their own half, and she brought the play right in front and got her support players on side, and then away they went with a nice little push on.
Okay, so a little bit of breathing space for Hong Kong now. Plenty of time left for Singapore, but it's 12-0. Chosfold gets the toe onto that one and finds some grass. So
you see, poor kickoff there by Singapore. They really should have grabbed that. They've got to get their hands on the ball, and they've got to take the game to Hong Kong to have any chance.
You see Annabelle Wu on there. Was very impressive in Hong Kong 3 weeks ago. There she is at the front, the big lift. Up goes Eunice Chu. It's a bit scruffy though, and Candy Cheng tries to get on it. It's all over the place at the moment. Referee Yamamuta says we'll have a scrum 5 metres inside Singapore half.
This is where Singapore really need to work their way up the field and hold on to the ball. There's only 12 points in it. There's plenty of time as Hong Kong make a substitution.
Emily Sieur, 3 tries in the opening match, relieves her skipper. The French-born Hong Kong international. Add some beef to the front row.
Look how deep off camera, we might get a shot of it here, that Singapore is extremely down. They've fed the ball in wrongly into the scrum, so that's gone against them.
Sham Wai Sam, Chosfold calling Sieur in on a dummy run.
Substitution by Hong Kong. Number 4 is substituted for number 1.
홍콩팀의 선수 교체가 있었습니다. 등번호 4번이 나오고
This is Nam.
1번 선수가 들어갔습니다.
Nam Kar-man straightens up, works her way up close to the 22 now. And eventually struggling to break through this line of defence, and here they come from a quick tap, but Sham Wai Sam puts her head down and takes it on 15 metres. Here's Sieur. Can she repeat what she did in the opening game? Looks like she can. Too big and strong, and they go high on her, and that's a mistake. Try number 3 for Hong Kong.
Well, it all started with the incorrect feed on the Singapore scrum, and Hong Kong just worked their way up through the hands, and Sieur, nice little push off fend and around 2 lackadaisical Singapore defenders.
Shots fold from about 10 metres in. can't convert, so 17-0, quite comfortable now.
Substitution by Hong Kong. Number 11 is substituting for number 9.
Anna Richards is held back on the subs. Tends to roll the whole bench straight after half time. Obviously sees this game as a tighter affair. Lindsay Vardy's now on as Singapore rumble it forward. They'll be looking for someone to break the line here.
Annabelle Wu at least maintaining possession, Singapore.
Chan does well. Here goes Shuhada. Didn't get much chance in her earlier game, and Hong Kong working hard on defence to turn that over. Lindsay Vardy's done so. Here goes Chang. Candy Cheng takes it across the halfway now. Vardy's back in the action. Here's Nam. Choss falls out wide, puts her ears back. Chan comes in, pulls it to ground. And that's very good work. Pilfering there at the breakdown by Shudaha. She can't quite win it back though. And Hong Kong again, swing it across left. No one's really willing to take on the line, but Sieur will. Yeah, she will. She's too big and strong with her upper body strength. Again, they go high on her. And even if they hadn't got it, there was an overlap anyway, so good work from the bench.
Of Hong Kong has tried or tried and scored 5 points.
So who's having a good game, there's no doubt about it, but Singapore defence certainly helping her. It's about communication and attitude, and she split the two Singaporean defenders. You can see here, sizes up, gets around one, leaves the other one on the inside, and puts in a couple of big strides.
So conversion was good. 24-0, the hooter has gone. It's all over. Another one finds the grass, and that'll be the ball game after a close first half. Hong Kong have pulled away with 3 second half tries. Emily Sieur to the fore. She's on fire this tournament with 5 tries.
This game has finished now. Hong Kong defeated Singapore.
That's our final result. Hong Kong 24, Singapore 0, as we wrap up the second round of women's games.
Sri Lanka and Malaysia will be start